Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T.
Hey.
Tonight we are reviewing Black Ink Cruise Season 9, Episode 8.
It ain't night, it's day.
Huh?
It's daytime.
I said tonight, didn't I?
So tonight.
Today. I'm so used to recording at night. Okay, today. Black Ink Cruise Season 9, Episode 8. Okay, so it starts off with the crew at the shop talking about Puma Productions at Chase Village. Everyone agreed that it was successful outside of Donna and her mess. So the crew said they haven't seen Alice and Donna since they moved out. Well, they haven't seen Donna. They
haven't seen Donna, they've seen Alice. So that means they're still there, but not in the house.
Yeah, they're still in Atlanta, but Alice, we didn't see Alice in the shop. So why are you there? Go to New York. I don't know. Well, I guess
maybe they're looking for a place to stay. Or maybe Donna hasn't decided if she all the way quit yet. Maybe she's gonna try to who knows?
Anyway, she messing up your money because you need to be at that shop making your money instead of running around behind Donna.
Making money, making friends, making connections, get the hell away from Donna 24/7.
Right. Cool. Okay, so Ted asks Bay how she's feeling after everything going on with the Asian hate. She says she is worried and don't feel safe there. And then she says a lady at her apartment said, "You can't look at me or you can't talk to me." And she responded, "Bitch, I'm looking at you and I'm talking to you." She said the lady called her aggressive and threatened to call the police.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, kind of welcome to our world, Either way, it's all wrong, but that's pretty much our everyday life.
Well, I was going to say that, and Ted said, "I'm used to racism." And that's unfortunate, but I think that's how we are. Like when you have brown skin, that's just like your thought process is different. And we were talking about Beverly Hills last night when I said they go to that place and they have the freedom to, let's pick a resort at Tahoe and the Bears and blah blah blah. And for me, like living in Florida, there's plenty of places for me to go and enjoy resort life. But if it's not like one of the major cities where I know they're used to diversity, I always go, so do I really want to take my family there? Like, am I going to put my kids in a position where they're not receiving us well just because, of the color of my skin? And that's one thing you don't have to worry about when you walk out the door when you're non-minority. You just go out and you live your life and you decide to do things, whatever it is you want to do. Mm-hmm. So when he says, "I'm used to it," that shouldn't even be something that we're used to. It shouldn't be something that you love. So you're looking at it because obviously with the Asian hate that's going on, I'm not unsympathetic to it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we've been watching Black people get killed. Now it's like live and you turn on your computer and you're watching it happen all the time and nobody says anything. People like get in an uproar just when you say Black Lives Matter. I don't have nothing to say about the organization, but just for me to say Black Lives Matter is so upsetting to people. For what reason? And so now we're moving on to Asian hate and we're like supposed to get,
fall in line. When we've been in this journey.
I'm still here at where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
where I'm from, we had the whole UP and it's beautiful. And we probably have some of the most beautiful lakes in the country right here. But there's a lot of towns that I'm like, do I really want
to go there? Right.
I see it all the time. I see it on, people saying it's beautiful. You haven't been here, been there. It's not necessarily a place where it's that comfortable for all of us to go.
And so she comes out of her apartment. She's just a regular girl going to work, taking care of her kid. What makes you want to look at her and say, don't look at me, don't talk to me?
Right.
Bitch, what?
But
You know, so it's such,
yeah.
but you know.
So it's like we understand, but we've been going through it for so long. It's just like.
And we still are.
Yeah.
We still are.
Yeah. And we always, I feel like, jump on everybody else bandwagon and we don't get a lot of support. Like you said, with that whole, just by saying my life matter, my Black matter, it really irritated a lot of people.
And the response was all lives matter.
Yeah. Like, come on.
I don't wake up in the morning with Asian hate. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that feels like. That whole hate, hate for people of color. I'm like, babe, I don't get it. Like my mind just can't fathom that. I'm going to decide today I hate somebody just because, what they look like. I can't relate. I don't know what that's like.
And
so
I think
I guess
that a lot of people are not addressing that a lot of Black people feel some type of way about this whole it being all in the news, Asian hate, and they want all Black people to come together and support. But we've been getting a lot of Asian hate to us since I've been little. Like
support how? We're powerless.
But I'm saying we've been going to a lot of Asian stores, a lot of there.
Right, and you get treated
real bad
like
because
shit.
I'm Black. So it feels some kind of way when the person who's been telling you your whole life and treating you a certain way your whole life support us because we're getting hate. And I've been getting hate from you.
I've
been little. Y'all been following us around the stores and talking to us crazy. And now you're saying, hey, stop the Asian hate. And I think that's the issue.
Not just that, but like coming to my community, selling things that are, popular within the urban, you got the hair and, all of that stuff. Act an asshole towards me. And then, now want me to,
Now you want me to stand behind you and say kumbaya. I think people feel some kind of way about that.
Yeah.
So Tati brings them a comment that Donna put on her page about the shooting at the massage parlors. And I'm not sure, but I think it said that they jerked them off too good. Is that what it said?
Something of that nature, something that would refer to a happy ending.
Yeah.
Well, Donna's ignorant, and now she just proved it again. Because as like we just said, we can be empathetic to it. Like there's nothing cool about what happened. It's horrible what happened. And so when you look at people getting killed like that, innocent people getting killed, and we already know what it feels like because we experience it, within our community. So that's the first thing you go to because that's funny.
Because that's not what I went to. When I seen it, I was like, yo, that's crazy. I can't believe somebody just going through. And then my whole thing was, I'm like, see, Trump fueled that stuff. He been on TV talking about
the Chinese virus,
the China virus, like you put it in the atmosphere and people are reacting just like they react to us.
Because the people that are listening are ignorant. You know what I'm saying? You speaking directly to the crazy people out there.
And they are responding.
And they're responding.
Spider said he didn't realize Asian receives so much hate. I like the same thing. It probably was hard because we was dealing with our own issues to even see what other people go through. C's mom visit him. He brings up the issue with Cheyenne and his mom suggests getting counseling. He said Crystal will stop it. His mom makes a note that Cheyenne is 17 and her mom is not able to stop it. Two things with that. Outside of this situation right here, I know what the law says, 17, but my 17 daughter, if I don't agree with it, it's not finna go down. But in this situation right here, I feel like it ain't that Crystal want to stop it. Cheyenne ain't trying to deal with you. You keep trying to put a narrative out there that is Crystal, but this is between you and Cheyenne. Cheyenne has voiced how she feel over and over, and you still trying to put this narrative out there as my baby mama because she want me. No, it's about your relationship with your daughter.
With their daughter, 13, 14, they start understanding like what's really going on. Mm-hmm. She looking at C's like, I don't see you, but you got time for yet another chick.
Yeah.
And her kids.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, don't act like you've been there the whole time, C's, because you have not.
Ain't.
That being said, I feel like C's mom seemed very nice and everything, but you know, she need to be more real with him. Stop calling his ass and say it what it really is. She was kind of like trying to say it nicely without putting it out there. Like, say what it is. Call C's ass out and tell him, you need to handle your business over there and stop worrying about whoever this girl is, Suzette, Charlotte, wherever the hell she came from. You know, be honest. Say what it is. Because she was, you know, still got C's on her titty.
Because the sister from the...
She put it out there.
She put it out there. Like, you ain't been...
And I mean, I don't know her. She might have a reason that she's angry, so she on some other stuff. But let's stop trying to make it about Crystal, because Cheyenne is old enough. Maybe she's not to do what she wants, but she's old enough to... You don't need her mother to have a relationship with her.
And we heard from Cheyenne before we heard from Crystal. It took a long time before Crystal came out and said anything.
I think Cheyenne put that out when she seen C's at Disney World with homegirl and her kids.
Mm-hmm.
After all of that happened, after they had that altercation and she was gone for all that time and they hadn't talked to each other, but now he's, you know, on a visit to Mickey Mouse with, you know, this chick and her kids. So then she put the video out. Handle that. Like, it's a whole lot of damage going on, and it's never too late, but you know, you're gonna have to show her.
The mom asked about the relationship. He said it's on hold, and she tells him we have a habit and things on hold. It's not easy, but we can't get up. And she tells him not to lose you. I think all of this was really just for him to have a conversation with his mom. So it seems like that the mom gave him the okay to continue with this relationship. He was looking for an excuse. He was gonna do it anyway. He didn't like the way it was looking. So he needed somebody else to come on there and say, no, it's cool. Go ahead and do you. Because he didn't get that from Ted. So he used his mama to come on the show.
It's not do you with some girl that's been staying out of it though. If he had a relationship with somebody that was like, I don't know, like you and your daughter need to, you know, you need to figure that out. She's not at all trying to encourage him to mend that relationship. She on some me and mine. I can't worry about that.
Right.
You know? So I don't know. There's no reason ever he should be with that girl.
Never. Not the way she cut. If she could cut into his daughter like that, that ain't gonna stop. It's not.
No.
It's gonna get worse because you decided to stay with her. So Tati, we at the shop. Tati is passing out paychecks, or rather their cash for the week. She tells Spider, dang, this is heavy, which prompts Spider to do his, you know, regular shit talking thing, because that's what he do. So Crystal in the confessional said, who cares? Or why are you clocking everyone's pockets, bro? Spider said he the title holder for the day. And then that's what Ink suggests that they do a tattoo off. I just think Crystal just really be too much in her feelings. I don't think, first of all, Tati started it. Tati, at the like, his envelope was so much heavier than everybody else. And he do what he do, he gonna talk stuff. The fact that him talking mess really get under your skin that much.
Well, him and Ink Daddy understands his language, so they go back and forth.
Yeah, I do, but I don't think it bothers Rock like that either. Rock was
no, because he just, I mean, Spider comes across like a really nice guy that talks a lot of smack. Like he like bringing, you know, some fun.
He does.
To the group. So it's never anything, you know. She's just angry.
One. She's the only one that gets so offended. She's just
angry all the time.
Yeah. Yes. I need her to stop. So C's come in, he agreed to have the competition. With the entry fee being a rack, and the winner gets the whole pot. And
great idea. I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, they get a picture on the walls, golden frame. They'll be the lead artist. So
and they get a good they get a good little stack. He didn't have to fund it. If you want to be in a competition, you don't want to talk all the smack. I just thought that was a good idea.
Yeah. C's has a dinner with Suzette. He apologized for what happened, I guess, for calling it quits or whatever. He really didn't, because they lived together the whole time. So he really didn't call it quits.
So what were y'all doing? Giving each other the silent treatment in front of the cameras? Stop.
Yeah, in front of the cameras. She wants to make sure that he protects her as well and as her children. They agree that the best solution would be for her to stay out of his business, I guess, to not be on camera and, be in the midst of Black Ink business. And he says he would not let his baby mama destroy this. Once again, you trying to come up with a story. Chris ain't thinking about you like that. Not like that. That's
and then, dang, C's like her high school. I ain't gonna say people ain't crazy, because some bitches just don't know when to let go. But he's her high school, like she ain't done nothing like besides that. I seriously doubt that she hasn't dated other people between the time her and C's were together and now.
Right. It's a storyline, and they need to stop. Like, handle your business with your daughter.
In real life.
Yeah. So Spider is at the house making a smoothie. He says he's been on his weight loss journey, and he began when he wanted to make sure that, he stay around. He want to be healthy for his wife and kids. He said he started off around 400 pounds. They showed a picture. His
big old belly.
Yeah. He said he lost around 150 pounds. So he looks good. When they did a flashback, you could really see how much he has really lost. So
Spider is like at that age where he's growing up. He's transitioning from young and wild to, grown man and trying to.
Yeah, him and Puma. They're the same level.
They're appreciating, he probably look at these wild ass girls in the shop and be like, let me go home.
Yeah.
His wife been there.
He go home.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Competition day. The challenge is cover-ups. So they gotta do these cover-ups. They got 2 hours to complete the task. Basically, in the competition, because
I can't execute a lot of color situation in a 2-hour time frame. That's nothing. And I'm talking about doing hair. 2 hours is nothing to be giving them to do I don't believe they really did it in 2 hours. I think that's TV bullshit. That's not very much time at all.
Well, what's the name said? Chris said that's not a lot of time.
It's not.
She don't want to be in
for
a
cover-up too. Like it wasn't even like
that you have never seen.
Tattoo.
Yeah, that you never seen. So Bay says she don't want to be in a competition because she don't want to take anybody's money. Bay was not in the competition because Bay is actually better than everybody in the shop. Let's be real. If Bay
said that
competition, it wouldn't be a competition.
And Bay is like on that level where she's like, I don't have to do that. I'm not.
Yeah. They had a guest judge, Maya Bailey, who was one of the founding fathers of urban tattooing. He had the first Black shop in ATL, and everybody was excited to see him come. So they all did their tattoos. What did you think about the tattoos? To me,
I think they didn't show enough of it. Not enough of the tattoos. First of all, I've been waiting on this a long time. I'm glad they did it. The competition was a good idea. I wish we could have just got a real good look at like the before and after, like just so we could really, because I couldn't judge based on them quick snaps that I seen. But I don't think they were wrong. I did like the cherry blossom one. Like of all the tattoos that I think I would have gotten if I was gonna get one, that's the one I would have chose.
I think they all was blah. I think they all was just okay. I
2
wasn't,
hours though. I can't be mad.
but
if they had-
really, like you just said, did they really do 2 hours, or was that for TV?
I think they were under time constraint. Maybe not 2 hours because that's not a lot of time. But I feel like, the work for what it was, I didn't think it was terrible work.
It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't.
No, it wasn't wild by any of it.
It wasn't nothing that made me be like, oh damn, that's dope.
If somebody told me I want you to give me a highlight in 2 hours, it's just not gonna be my best. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like I'm
you
rushing,
being on TV, I need to see your best. I need to see what Black Ink is about. And I don't see that from the tattoo. I looked at that and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go over to Chicago. Cause I just wasn't impressed with
it didn't make me impressed. I was happy to see, like I said, I was happy to see the more tattooing. I don't know, I guess based on what they were, their guidelines were to do that shit in 2 hours and rushing and have somebody come in that you've never seen before and don't know, if that's how it all played out. I feel like they had more than 2 hours, but I just don't feel like they were given the opportunity to get their best work.
So I'm gonna need to start seeing your best work.
I want to see more.
I'm gonna start seeing more tattoos because I was not impressed at all. That stuff.
Chicago definitely has better tattooers. If you're talking about the tattoo artists, they got
Chicago
bad.
and the one over in Compton, like, y'all,
they got paid. That's all they got.
Y'all Black Ink. He said he was LeBron James. This dude is Michael Jordan. I need to start seeing that. I ain't seen C's do nothing that make me wow. I mean,
it's been a long time.
Black Ink. And y'all know for these tattoos.
Because C's hasn't been doing
work
tattoos.
Good enough for me. They just don't.
C's hasn't been doing tattoos.
Rock got disqualified because Bay helped him.
Rock should have got disqualified because he didn't know what he wanted to do. That's part of the competition to figure it out.
Crystal was the winner. So she happy. It ain't gonna make a difference though. It ain't finna stop nothing.
Now let's see if she walks around gloating now, because let's see if she turns into Spider, because now holds this title of.
We'll see. But the thing is,
and I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you on the fact that none of those tattoos made me want to get one.
You can't stop Spider shine. I don't care. At the end of the day, he's still gonna be talking shit. Like if you doing that, I mean, she did have the best tattoo as far as I'm concerned, but it still wasn't nothing impressive.
But did she? Because I mean that thing on the shoulder, I wouldn't want that, but I know a lot of people like that. Spider's tattoo, the critiques they were given, I didn't get a chance to see that because they flashed it so fast, so you can't see, what you're looking at.
And I've seen Spider work. They have shown his work before. He's shown his work before, and I think he does very good work.
Good.
He got all of them. I will go see Spider before anybody else. I don't know what that thing, Ink Daddy, that wing was horrible to me on that arm. That was horrible. But at the end of the day, like to start off with the whole initial argument, y'all was mad because Spider brought in more money. So it seems like to me, even though that was cute or whatnot, people are coming in to see Spider. He's bringing business to the shop.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's about who bringing clients.
Probably, and I'm gonna be honest, I haven't looked at anybody's work besides Bay. I haven't gone and looked at their work. But if he's busier, then that's why. Because ain't no way in the world he should come from New York and be busier than y'all that are already in Atlanta.
For real. Y'all got,
Yeah.
y'all supposed to already have your clientele.
You should already be
Coming up
straight.
in here. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
So Spider's family comes to ATL. He has 3 daughters, 15, 7, and 2. He said he been with his wife for 18 years. She said she ain't mess with no big niggas. And he said, I'll feed you. You hungry? You know, so that's cute. I think they're a cute couple.
I mean, she's the right size to be messing with a big dude. Like,
yeah,
she should be.
Yeah.
Because Donna and Alex are so odd to me. I don't know how Alex, what he do with all that.
Right. He tells her Tati been training him. So, you know, he's down to 38 slim. Tati looked like she was putting in a little work with the training. So, you know,
yeah,
that's what's up. They comment on the ATL air and his kids, you know, happen to be around grass and, you know, having to.
You know what's funny? When I went to New York, I was living in Georgia. And New York is fun and all that, but I was like, I need some trees and some grass. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I needed some space. I know exactly, you know, that's how I felt when I went and I was living in Georgia. He's coming down there as a New Yorker to Georgia.
Right.
You know, she talking about the air is different. Yeah, because everybody not piled up on top of each other. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it is very different.
Yeah.
Puma ready to go. I think Black Ink New York might be transitioning.
So then we have Bae. She's visiting the shooting memorial spot and she leaves flowers. I mean, she's using her platform appropriately. You know, she's bringing awareness to the racism that's going on in America right now. So I give her that.
It reminded me of Pulse here.
Yeah.
You know, just seeing that building and that memorial, which, I mean, hate is hate. It's, you know, it's more, it's not racism, but it's still hate and all the same. And at the end, people end up feeling, you know, hurt and lost and, you know. Right. So you're right. She did what she was supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm. She makes a traditional Asian dinner. It looked good.
Yeah.
I was like, they look like she doing something in the kitchen. Complete with the whole sitting on the floor with the chopsticks. She had a black raspberry wine that was supposed to be an aphrodisiac. Everybody was there with their wife, but Ted had Uni. She can't even come eat. She can't. I'll be mad because that food look good and everything. I gotta sit at the home and cook or go buy something. I can't even come over for that.
Maybe he's like, they have an understanding. It might be her. She might be like, I am not being on your show. I'm not sure I would want to do it.
I would feel some.
Like imagine dating an actor and you're not an actor, and then you got to go to all these red carpet things and all these events, and then, you know, having people critique you, and this ain't even, this is not even what you do.
That would be all right if I heard her say that, but what I heard him say is he didn't want her around because he didn't want his business put out there. And that's why.
Well, she has cable. Is she not allowed to watch TV? Because all she got to do.
Child, ain't no telling what Ted got there.
Go to YouTube and see that.
Free uni. Sure.
Oh my God.
Tati gets a little tipsy. She sit up there putting her leg behind her head. Puma said, "Too bad Donna and Alice ain't here." Because that's Tyson. It's Donna and Alice. They ain't Tyson, nobody else. Put your leg down at the table.
You talking about Tati doing her?
Yeah.
That would be a Donna thing. We don't want any of that.
Yeah. Ew. Bae brings up the shooting and they all say how crazy it was. And then Tati say, I'm not going to get a pedicure out here. And they look at her like, dude, that was so racist. Why did you say that? And they explained to her how it was a stereotype. And she said she appreciated being called out and is mature enough to hold herself accountable. That's all I wanted the chick from Beverly Hills to do when we talk about that. Just
She
I didn't realize what I said was messed up. Okay, I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and then you have to go back, like we on another subject, but you have to go back and watch the lunch that took place with Garcelle and Kyle, and how Kyle just shut up, you know what I'm saying, and received it because, you know, just like we were saying earlier, if I walk out of my house and I'm white every day and I don't think about, you know, I don't think about it because I don't have to. So I can't hold somebody accountable for something that they have never experienced. But if I'm telling you that's what I'm experiencing, at the very least, yeah, all you gotta say is, I didn't realize that.
I didn't realize it. Tati set a good example of how you need to react when that. So kudos to Tati. Puma asked Bay if she felt sometimes that they were insensitive to her culture. I think that's a good question. Since we you know, let us know, has it been times that we did or said something offensive to you? So
we do it all the time. Yeah, as Black people, we say foolish stuff just the same as everybody else does. You know,
she said everyone makes fun of her, so she's used to it. And she said she needed to educate herself as well as her friends. Then she tells them about the note that was put under her door. And they ended with everyone being, it needs to be us against racism.
Well, it sounds like they came down there and moved herself into a nice little white situation. White community that are not used to having other folks, you know what I'm saying, around them. For somebody to be putting notes on doors and stuff, like, you know.
I think
and for somebody to say, don't look at me, like, don't look at me, don't talk to me.
I think though, prior to the COVID situation, her moving into a white community will be the community that most Asians move into. So she ain't doing nothing no different. Just because of what's been the narrative that has been put out there about Asian people, now those people that it wasn't an issue before, now they have something to say.
Or it was an issue, but they feeling real vocal nowadays. They're saying whatever the hell they want to say to whoever they want to say it to. And that's it.
You kind of see, even though we all different races, you kind of see who aligns themselves with each other. And I always felt the Asian race aligned themselves more so with white people.
I think everybody aligns themselves to white people.
No, we don't.
And I think
we don't
necessarily, but I think
I think some Hispanics do, like you said, maybe the Cubans go this way and then the Puerto Ricans go that way. So it is a line.
Nah, because I live in it's nothing but Puerto Ricans around me. And you would be surprised how much of them, I've had students that in conversations say, and this is a Puerto Rican student, say, my boyfriend really doesn't like Black people because he says they this and they that. And I
understand that, but you're in Puerto Rico. You know, you basically is in, you know, where it's more Hispanics there. But I'm saying when we divide up in general, that is, we line up a certain way. Asians normally don't move into the Black neighborhoods. They are usually in the neighborhoods where there are more white people. So I don't think she did nothing different than she normally would. However, because of the time and what's going out there, now people is like, you guys are the ones who brought this virus here. Now it's an issue where she probably wouldn't have got hate from that person before this narrative came out.
I think it depends on where you live, but I generally feel like all races, I think all races look at us as Black people as the bottom. Like nobody wants to be that, you know, because in this country, everything that's white is, you know, you got the luxury and all of the good things that, you know, they go along with that privilege. So it makes sense to want you to align, yourselves with white, but they definitely don't want to align. We get, labeled as ghetto, and and as if everybody can be ghetto, because anybody can be ghetto. But when they say ghetto, that Translates to Black.
Just because of the narrative that have been put out there.
Yeah.
That the shows that they choose to show on TV, it is, and the movies that they choose to put out there, 9 times out of 10, there's some hood stuff and some ghetto stuff.
Well, see, that's why I said I am glad to see, them integrating Black people into other Housewives franchises, because they're not going to go, you don't live your life every day, all day with all Black people. You know what I'm saying? And the ones they do show with all Black people, tends to lean towards, and we know it's not true, but by the time they edit it, it gets put out there in a more ratchet, visual.
Mm-hmm.
As when they go to, some of the other any of the other franchises that are not Black, the arguments are over who's rude. That was rude. My feelings are hurt. It's always very light. You know what I'm saying? But then they want to have us over here snatching wigs and, throwing tables, and you don't get to see us interacting with other folks in a way that's not ghetto, because that's the narrative that's being put out there. So when I see Garcelle over in Beverly Hills, this gives somebody who, like Kyle, walks around like, I didn't realize that. Now I would say somebody like Sutton, she got issues. Her mind is not going to change. She don't even want to hear. But there's a whole nother sector of people that are like, man, I didn't even hadn't pictured people like that, because this is all I see. If you don't have any Black friends and the only people around you Black are housekeepers and that kind of thing, not to say that's a negative thing, but you don't ever see anybody Black on your level, because you don't ever surround yourself with that. And they don't have to. Why? Because the things that they get to do without thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. I agree with all that, but the thing that I disagree with is that they're not authentic friends. I think it is, she has some friends that is of other race. I'd rather see them, how they really in real life hang out and hang together, rather than to throw her in with a bunch of people that.
But they're not. None of these shows are authentic friends. None of them are. And
we talked about that. Some of them, when it first started off,
in the beginning, yeah, but then it's changed.
And that's just what I like. I just like that.
The only way for you to when I look at Ebony over in New York, what she has in common with them is that she's a New Yorker. You know what I'm saying? Like their friendship is gonna have to be built on the other side, and these shows don't have people that are friends anymore. Garcelle, I will say this,
right. But they need to change that. That's why I think
that's gonna take time. That's gonna take time. But I do know when Garcelle films, she films with her regular friends. So if there's people over her house, the Beverly Hills people, you see her other friends. I've seen Will Smith's ex-wife on there a couple different times, as her real girlfriend. She has other people, and they'll probably show her because she is kind of a celebrity, not just, somebody's friends, but, one step at a time. I just think it's nice to see us doing something other than, performing, the foolishness that they have us doing and editing it in a way that makes us look a damn fool.
Yeah. And those situations make her look a damn fool, trying to fit in with them white folks.
Who?
The arguments and stuff. That's all they put them together to create these arguments. And that's the part I don't like. Like, let me see you authentic with your.
But it's not just that. It's not just the arguments.
But that's what they're doing it for. That's what the peak is. It's for the arguments.
But that's on all the shows, though. Who ain't arguing? But
what I'm saying is, I can understand it when you are with your real, authentic people that you know.
But it's reality TV. They not that. It's gonna be. It's supposed to be messy. It's supposed to be drama.
Right.
So I think with Garcelle and with Ebony, they have been put here, not necessarily to argue, but to bring up stuff that makes people uncomfortable to talk about. And now they have to answer to it. And you see who they really are based on the way they respond to it. I'm into that.
We ain't gonna agree on it. So we just not,
that's okay.
and that's
okay.
fine too, because we're gonna have different opinions. So but that is our review on Black Ink Crew. I gotta go to work. I'll see y'all on our next review. Remember to subscribe to our channel, that thumbs up button, and leave a comment. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.